Hey guys, That Comic Awesome here with another comic book review. Today I'm going to be doing Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing and Human Torch, number 2. This is by Chip Zdarsky, art by Jim Cheung, and this is amazing. Go read this series right now. Chip Zdarsky, hands down, has one character down, and that is Victor Von Doom. I'm a fan of the infamous Iron Man series. A lot of people are kind of on the fence about it. They're like, I don't like Doom as a good guy. You know, I was like, it kind of gives the character a little more depth. But I liked it. But like going back and thinking about it, the way that Bendis wrote Doom, he was kind of sappy. He kind of, you know, he wasn't a pushover, but he was always like, hey guys, just believe me. Like, I'm a good guy now. Like, he was always just trying to prove his point of, I'm a good guy. But it was never written like Doom. Chip Zdarsky writes Doom like Doom. Like, but you're still, like, it gives you that, like, that sense of, like, it's Doom, but hey, I'm trying to be a good guy, but I'm still such an a-hole and a snooty person that you don't know where my loyalties lie. And that's what I really love about it, because then you really do get that feeling of, is Doom a good guy, or is he, playing these two? So the whole point of this series, ever since the events of Secret Wars some 3 years ago, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, and their kids have been missing. So I have read just about every series since Secret Wars, and I still cannot tell if people remember what happened in Secret Wars, if they don't remember what happens in Secret Wars. The whole Peter Parker, Miles Morales thing, where they know at one point they were in different dimensions, but now they're in the same dimension. It's very confusing. So I don't know whether or not Ben and Johnny are aware of the extent of Secret Wars. But all I know is they know Reed and Sue are gone. So Reed left Ben a device that scanned the universe, and depending on what is going on in the universe, it would play a certain message. So it played a message that said, hey, look, we're, Sue and I, obviously our bodies aren't here. We're somewhere else. You and Johnny don't stop adventuring. Like, go out and do the things that we always used to do. He needs you as much as you need him, kind of thing. Like, go, even though you're not the Fantastic Four anymore, don't stop doing Fantastic Four stuff. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, the device led them in, like, look, hey, there's multiple dimensions out there, multiple universes. I've left you a device to do that. You have to go to the place of our first adventure. So they do. But it starts out, and again, the art, Jim Cheung, really good. Like, I mean, to make The Thing a person made of rock emote such emotion, and you be able to tell, and again, it looks good. The coloring is good. It's very good. And there's a nice little moment between The Thing and Alicia, his girlfriend, who is blind. And it's funny because there's a point here where he's like, yeah, you're making these really great sculptures of me, but, maybe make the eyes blue. And she's like, I'm not one for color, because obviously she's blind. I kind of imagine the Anchorman 2, where he's like, I'm blind. Anyway, so Johnny and Thing set out to the the place of their first adventure, Fantastic Four #1, their adventure on Monster Island. So they get here, and they find that the Mole Man and Googam, son of Goom, have taken over and are now battling in kind of a struggle to who will rule the island. So the Mole Man is like, hey, look, whoever's followers can beat these two is the leader, and they all agree. Well, of course, Johnny is having these issues, and I don't know if it's a psychological thing or if it's really a manifestation, but his powers are not working all the time. So they start to fade, and who shows up but Doom? And again, one thing I do like about the kind of infamous Iron Man, Doom being Iron Man, it makes his armor look awesome. Like, it doesn't look like Doom used to look, where it was like, I'm just in a green cloak and I'm wearing like a metal suit. It makes it look like armor. I mean, it looks, honestly more menacing. You have the green glow coming out of the eyes. Like, it's very, like, ominous. So they kind of go back and forth, and again, like, the dialogue, like, I just saved you imbecile partners, or your imbecilic partner. Perhaps you need to pay me for pay for a proper education. And it's like, Doom is sitting here literally kind of belittling them as he saved them. And again, that's classic Doom. So I'm gonna skip a couple things. So I want to show at the end at least a little bit. Oh, so Doom is convinced. He followed them to Monster Island again because he knows that Reed has left something for them. But then he says, I suspect there is no intersect. That's Richards, as always, talking strong game before producing any real results. And he kind of sits there and he says, a search that is a waste of time, the thing you're looking for, or the thing you desire on the other end isn't there. And like, so he's pretty much saying, like, you're on a wild goose chase, and you want so bad to find this thing, even though more than likely Reed and Sue are not on the other side. And this is, again, it took me the second time kind of going through this to realize this, but, like, again, Jim Cheung and, like, the coloring, like, you see, like, look at so you get Ben Grimm's blue eyes, but then you kind of see the red around it, like he's, like, welling up a little bit with, like, some rage, and then just, like, again, emotion, really good, and he's just like, fly away, Vic, before I do what I've always threatened to do to you. And so he does, and, as he's flying away, kind of says something a little snarky about, I hope that whatever treasure you find, that Reed left you, is about as useless as you two. So that kind of gives Ben, he's sitting there, and he thinks, and it took me a second time to realize that he points it out here, but they make mention of a trophy, and it goes into this really great flashback of, I won't show it all, but of Doom back when they're in school, Doom winning this award, and Ben and Reed kind of, like, plotting this, like, epic prank. But again, Chip Zdarsky killing it on this book. There was one line that I was like, and that was when the Human Torch flamed on, and he said, now I'm going to brush my teeth, which is kind of a callback to a little bit of early panel. But it was like, But the second time I read it, I kind of got it. It made sense with how Johnny's personality is, so I'm forgiving it. But the art's amazing, the writing's amazing. Please, please, please go buy this book. It is worth it. Let's keep good stuff like this coming out of comic companies. All right, guys, hit me up in the sub over here. Watch some more videos. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.